All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is a real pleasure
Oh, wow, look at this.
to welcome to the program.
It's like Lethal Weapon.
We don't have a. It is
Like, and you know who Sam is in this? He's the police chief.
I'm the chief.
He's the chief that's like, he's tired of your
Yeah,
antics because you're always.
Will you control him?
It's like, I am too old for
24
this.
hours, or he's going to have our badges.
Yeah.
Jason Myles,
Yeah, we only have-
Ben Burgis in town. They have invaded the East Coast. What are you guys doing here? I saw a clip of you at the airport threatening to come east. Still seemingly unaware of when your live show is on Sunday. Like, at what point are you guys going to be aware of when this thing is?
Look. We did our due diligence. That is a Ticketmaster issue. This is not a Jason.
Big tick.
Big tick.
Big tick.
Big tick.
Yeah.
Big Tick was trying to
I've
F
already
us.
registered Fight Big Tick.
That's next. That's the next thing. We're fighting Big Tick. That's what took us so long to get here. We had to fight Big Tick.
I mean, I guess you guys have been traveling, so maybe you haven't had the time to sort of like bathe in this, but this is honestly, this fight.
Double entendre.
Yeah. I was going to say.
Or in the water.
Yeah. This whole like right-wing thing, it's just, I know people think it's childish and silly, although, look, part of this show, and I don't know, I mean, I think we hit this in sort of different levels, is like, the reason why we're on YouTube is to reach a certain audience.
Yes.
And to sort of like, put just like a little bit of friction in what their mission is, essentially.
But there's something that you said earlier in your rant that it kind of offended me a little bit, because you said that they hide their racism behind a paywall. I hide my racism behind a paywall.
Yes,
The amount of white jokes we make behind a paywall.
you're just trying to push memberships now.
Maybe I am.
Can we put a link up on the
If
thing?
you want to hear any good Kanye style Jewish jokes.
Are those jokes? I'm totally clear on that. Yeah, no, I mean, I just pitched something to Jacobin about this morning. Not the Kanye. Jewish
What, 4 years for
Shoot,
$120 million?
We're not going to cover that.
Bhaskar, here it goes. Jason Myles is gonna.
By the time we do the show, I really hope you could learn how to say that man's name.
That's why he's not coming.
That's the.
Is he not coming?
Oh, he's coming.
No,
he's coming.
He's coming.
Yeah,
But he's just.
yeah, that's Michael's fault. That he always said Bhaskar, so everybody heard it from him. Says that. But
Instead of Bhaskar.
yeah, Bhaskar is his name. But yeah, no. In all seriousness, though, because like there is a real thing here in all the sort of noise and fun and like ridiculousness of this, which is just that they're all like reveling in these details of how much money the rest of them are all getting from billionaires. and it does say something pretty amazing about why right-wing media is the way that it is, because they'd like to portray it as just kind of being, this sort of free market of ideas thing that they're like, well, I guess we just like, put out a really good video and like enough people watched it, and like that's why the Daily Wire is what it is, or that's why PragerU is what it is, and like that's just
They're bipartisan truth tellers.
There's a massive amount of money that is out there pushing their message.
Yeah, I mean,
for ideological reasons.
Right, exactly, yeah.
Anti-labor.
Yeah, they have a
irony.
I was in
Big irony.
I mean, I always think about like in late 2021, I did a debate with Charlie Kirk in Phoenix at the Turning Point USA building, and like the week before I was in New York, and I was in and I like saw the Jacobin offices and everything, and there was like a party there, and I think the total financial outlay for that party was like 2 pizzas
Right.
and like some beer, and that was it. And like I remember going to the Turning Points USA building, which is its own building. It has Turning Points USA in giant letters outside of it. You go through the sliding glass doors. There's like a Turning Points USA carpet. There's I think I actually took a picture of the door of the men's room because it had the Turning Points USA logo on it.
They flew you out, didn't they?
Yeah. They have a, which I actually naively, I wish they reimbursed me for my ticket. I wish I'd had them fly me out because they probably would have bought first class.
Oh,
I just naively assumed I'd have to buy my own ticket.
Oh my God.
Because I never had to,
They couldn't believe that.
because I'm used to left media, where like you definitely have to buy your own ticket. And so it's like, oh yeah, right. These guys have so much like money sloshing around the office that like anybody who passes by, here's some. You need some money.
And
And I mean, like, and that is like funny to talk about, but it's also like the effects of that on the way that it tilts, I don't know, for lack of a better word, the discourse or whatever is actually important and disturbing because like these people have all the megaphones in the world because they don't really have to hustle for them. They can just be, like they could be given them,
I mean, yeah, and look, the bottom line is, you give me $1 million worth of Facebook advertising, my numbers will be much bigger. And I mean, that's just it. And TYT is like the only sort of like platform that was able to launch people. Like Dore, when he left TYT, he did it with a bunch of subscribers. That original channel was called TYT Comedy.
Yeah.
It was only because it was literally on that platform. There's, that there is no version of that here. Like, it was interesting. It was like when Boring was listing the different places that Crowder had been, they were all online, like PJ Media. It was a big thing. Like the Blaze, there was another one like a conservative radio, the one that Levin was on, that I think like melded with.
Was it Salem or whatever?
Then there's Salem. That's the radio stuff. I'm talking about just strictly online.
Mark Levin, I will just say parenthetically, I tried to do a review of his book for Jacobin, and I tried to read it, and I just could not read it. And eventually I was like, hell with it. Maybe I could like listen to it on audiobook, and I could get through it that way. But he's reading it, so
hella angry.
It's just Mark Levin yelling into my ear about like cultural Marxism for hours, and I like eventually it's like, I'm sorry guys, I can't do this.
You weren't going to take all that Jacobin money?
Yeah, no, I mean it is a big loss.
I mean,
obviously
Sam,
I've got that same slip.
we were talking
that Stephen Crowder had. It's very similar.
we were talking about that as we were living in the foreign country that we live in, so we could afford to pay rent, and how the internet says how much money we make.
Oh yeah, there's a website.
Have you seen how much Matt makes?
Ben makes it said he's worth $500,000, and
I'm 1.5.
That's worth more.
Yeah.
1.5 million.
Yeah.
I will say this much. Look, I will say
this. Look at what's going on around here.
Internet haters. I'll say this about Matt Leck. Those are real Adidas pants he's wearing. Those are not the bootleg 4-stripers.
We talked about this the other day because we talked about this the other day. My son, who's 9, turning 10, he says to me at like, this is at like lunch or dinner the other day. He's like, "What's your net worth?" And I'm like, "Have you been Googling?" He's like, "Do you know what net worth means?" He's like, "I'm not sure." And I'm like, first off, I'm going to explain to you what net worth means, and then I'm going to tell you, that's
what
wrong.
you don't have.
Yeah, that's wrong. That is wrong.
He was really wondering why you couldn't go to Disney.
He was like,
you can't. You trying to be cheap, Daddy?
Oh, we went to Disneyland.
Did you go to Star Wars World too?
We went to Disney World.
Oh, you went to Disney World.
Yeah, down in Florida.
You were gone for a week.
Yeah,
that's a week-long trip.
It was. I never did my video on it. I kept promising I was going to. It was.
You went to Disney World with your children or child?
With a 9-year-old and a 16.
He loves his kids.
16-year-old. It was.
He loves his kids.
It was. I haven't. I don't know if I've ever talked about this, but I will say, at one point, I was in.
Sam gets like Steven Crowder trying to talk about the contract. He gets shorter breath.
At one point,
it's not a holster; it's a belt.
The lungs tight.
We bring down Jason's mic a little bit.
Sorry.
At one point, I thought it would be fun to stay in the pirate themed resort, and it's literally like a Motel 6, but with like like a pirate steering wheel at the top of the bed, and then there's no closet, there's no door for the bathroom except for the stall. The door is actually like a curtain that goes across with a pirate flag. And at one point, things got so bad that I went behind the curtain, I shut the curtain, and then I went into the to the toilet, and like, you just like thinking like, there's nothing but space around here. Why is this bathroom so small? Like, you open the door and you literally have to shimmy around the door to sit on the toilet, and then I just cried. I just put my hands in my head in my hands.
Candace Owens would not approve
and I cried. And I was like having like a breakdown. Like, it was just, it got to that point. But that
should
was
have burned in your
I just
chest
did the end of the story. I should have done the whole thing.
It would have been a different breakdown.
But it was Disney like Saul liked it and done that good and done. He can take his kids. I'm not going again, ever again. I don't even know if I'll ever go to Florida again.
Well, what are you really missing?
I don't know. The sun. Sun.
Oh, no problem.
You come visit us.
Yeah, we will do that.
It's about to
We'll
be
be
beautiful
excited.
when we go back home.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh man.
Oh God, that is so. Well, actually, the weather's not so bad here. I mean, it's warm and terrifying simultaneously.
Is it warm?
It's 40 degrees in the middle of January. It shouldn't be that. Shouldn't be like high 40s. But
Look, I'm not built for this weather. I'm letting you guys know right now. I'm gonna be very crabby at the live.
so tell us about this show. What's going to happen at this show?
January 22nd at the Cutting Room in New York City. Left is Best. Give 'em a Revolution live show. Starring Ben Burgess of Give Them an Argument. Matt and David of Left Reckoning with special guests. It's for you.
Emma Vigeland.
Emma Vigeland. Bhaskar Sunkara. Some other people.
And there's Emma. She'll be there.
There's the other guy. The guy who's on Bob's Burgers.
Oh, the Cedar fella.
Yeah.
The Cedar fella.
Oh, I thought you were talking about
Can I ambush
Benjamin.
him?
I was like, what? Is he showing up? He's not showing up.
Well, okay, look. This is when it has the right times, right?
Yes.
Just so you people, doors are at 6. The show starts promptly at 7.
Yeah, our graphic designer Andy was up in arms about being besmirched.
Well, I apologize. I apologize. I didn't mean to besmirch anybody.
But yes, that was Big Tick, not Andy's poster.
Yeah. And Ticketmaster won't fix it because they're big tick.
Yeah,
All right, guys.
but yeah, doors opened at 6. Show starts at 7. Got Naomi Caravani doing some stand up to open it, and then we have Bhaskar Sunkara, Emma Vigeland, Sam Seder. Should be a lot of fun actually.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this.
Like, we did one of these in LA a few months ago, which was great.
A lot of fun.
With Anna Kasparian and other friends of ours from there.
Nano
But like,
Vila,
this
yeah,
is this is the first thing like this that I've done since the last TMBS live show in New York.
Oh, we were in New York in the summer though. We did this Sublation launch.
Yeah, there was the launch, the Norman Finkelstein, the
Norman
book launch. But
Finkelstein.
yeah, that's
Can you get Finkelstein? Do you ever get Finkelstein on your show?
I don't know if I've had him on. If I've had him on, it hasn't been a long time.
He's got a new
Actually.
book coming.
Oh,
out,
does
by
he?
the way. Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Oh, let's do that.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Okay, good.
Norm might actually. Hopefully, he'll be there because we're pretty tight. So.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, we did that, but I think that like in terms of like a podcast live show, there's the first one in New York for a few years. And yeah, that feels really good actually. Even if it is, I mean, whatever. I certainly grew up in places where it was consistently colder than this in the winter, but I am a little spoiled now by the West Coast. This still doesn't seem warm to me.
Oh well, I mean, it hasn't been cold this year really. A couple of days and that's it.
The brief air pattern, polar air that came down. But that was
All right.
I'm getting excited for the live show. So.
Couple of IMs and then we'll wrap things up. Pirate the Med 20-minute poop says, "Oh, so you're calling them cries now." Apocalypse soon. Please look into the Mick West UFO debunk videos or have him on as a Friday guest. The videos are such obvious BS that the military is either incompetent, doing a limited hangout in order to gin up fear and hit their funding targets. Oh my God, I can't.
I haven't seen any of the UFO stuff.
When my son is hosting the show and he talks about how they're ginning up that aliens are really, this dangerous and there's going to be mass alien, invasion. Some like lawmaker in Idaho is like passing laws like no alien,
alien law can't be used in our civil courts.
Exactly. That's I'm glad I'm going to be long gone for that. Henry, side note, can we get a shofar for the Gold family? Kitchen is fully functional. Oh, and we have a gas stove. Okay, there you go. Congratulations.
Gas stove.
Yep. Two more. Rogan Youth. The inevitable Santos sex tape is going to be terrible.
Oh, wow. That's not even a joke.
That's not a joke.
No, that literally does seem inevitable.
Yeah.
And Punch Drunk Pulpit. Final I am of the day. Oh,
Charge.
That. Turns out introducing alcohol to a studio full of sociopaths is a bad idea. It's way too on the nose that the guy named Boring is an annoying little nerd who also helps run one of the most backwards played out political projects on the internet. Sam, in that case, when do we get the right-wing Mandela bobblehead in the merch store?
Damn.
Michael would appreciate that. All right, Matt, Bradley, Emma, great job today. Jason, Ben, you did okay. But you got another bite at the apple on Sunday night. We'll see you there. See you guys on Monday if we don't see you Sunday night. Bye-bye.
You have been watching free public content from Give Them an Argument. To access every single episode of the show, the main show on Monday nights, all of the streams, all of the debate breakdowns, all of the patron-exclusive post-games on Monday nights, all of the patron-exclusive bonus episodes every week, and much, much more, go to patreon.com/Ben Burgis. I cannot resist ending this with, don't be foolish.